Have you ever noticed how sometimes spiritual things just don't make sense to the unspiritual? Hello there, this is Pastor Pete Pavelic. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition of the Daily Devo. Today I'm going to be reading to you from 1 Corinthians. As you're turning there to chapter 1, let me remind you about my website, pastorpete.org. That's a place where you can connect with me. You can learn more about this ministry. You can sign up for the Daily Devo and find out all kinds of other things and other resources that may help you on your journey with the Lord. Today I was reflecting on verse 18, which says this, "For the word of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but it is the power of God to us who are being saved." How can the same thing be perceived so differently by these two different groups of people? How can the cross be foolishness to those who are perishing, while at the exact same time be the power of God to those of us who are saved? Have you ever had a friend or a family member or an acquaintance or a coworker or a neighbor or somebody you deeply cared about, or maybe even just a stranger that you tried to share the love of God with and they just couldn't get it? They just didn't understand it? They looked at you as if you were a fool. Maybe they responded to you with words that signified, hey, you're a fool for believing that. And you're thinking in your head, no, you're a fool for not believing that. How can two people who in many cases are good people, who are logical people, who are moral people and people of integrity and character, how can two people see the same thing and be so divided by it? The reality is this, my friends: Satan has blinded many people in our world. He has blinded them from the generosity and the graciousness of Jesus Christ. And they have been blinded to the point that they simply cannot see the goodness and the grace of God. It's no fault of their own. They're not trying not to see it. It's not that they don't even want to see it. They just cannot see it. They are literally blinded by our enemy. And that's why the word of the cross is foolishness to some people in your life. It's why the word of the cross is foolishness to some people you're going to run into. It's why the word of the cross is foolishness to some people you really love. And at the same time, for you and for I, it is the power of God, because we know the power of the cross. So I want to encourage you today with this. I want to encourage you to be patient with those who see the cross as foolishness. I want to encourage you to love them. I want to encourage you to speak calmly and generously into their lives. I want to encourage you to pray for them. I want to encourage you to be the hands and feet of Jesus in a way that is so undeniably generous to them that they can see the generosity of God's grace and His gospel in your life and in your interaction with them. Don't become frustrated. Don't become mad. Don't become angry. Don't become that person who does anything other than love them well. Love these people well and pray that their eyes can be open and they too can see the power of God and be saved by the cross. May God bless you. Come over and visit me at pastorpete.org. We'll see you tomorrow.